Hello again in another episode of Gunfire TV. Can airsoft replica be too light? We will try to answer that question, and for our examples we will use new replicas by Specna Arms, the latest series called Flex, F01 and F02. So let's start. In modern firearms, to make something lighter, a producer chooses to use aluminum instead of steel and polymer instead of aluminum very often. Now, Specna Arms decided to make as much parts out of polymer reinforced with nylon as they could. So magazine, high-cap magazine, is made of polymer, and its texture is created by small Specna Arms logos. There's a lot of polymer inside the gun and outside the gun, so it will be easier to say what's made of metal. The barrel, charging handle, dust cover, mag release, trigger guard and fire selector are made of metal. Also things like screws, F-pins, of course. As for now, we've got two models in two colors to choose from, but there's more to come. But don't tell anyone, it's just a secret. So we've got shorter barrel and this kind of front grip, and longer barrel, stand still, and longer barrel with key mod all around. Also there are three wrist rails that could be moved around left, right and the bottom side of the front grip. Replicas made entirely out of polymer tend to have wobbly barrels, especially if the barrels are quite long. Now, Specna Arms thought about that and they installed here a special spacer, so there is nothing wobbling here, and this will make your replica more accurate. Using more polymer outside the replica makes it more cost effective. Now, Specna Arms decided to leave battle-proven parts inside. Precision barrel, 6.03, rotary hop-up, gearbox, of course made out of metal with piston, which teeth are all made of steel, and quick spring change. So you can go from 300 FPS to around 380 FPS in a matter of minutes. And yes, there are two springs inside the box. Time for a minute of personal honesty. I knew that new series are coming to Gunfire. I knew that new series are going to be made outside, all out of polymer, reinforced polymer, but still polymer. And I knew that the name will be Flex. So I thought, well, maybe that's not a best name for totally polymer replica, because I presume it's gonna be, flexible and people will have some laughs. But it occurred that it's freaking sturdy and durable. I really need to force myself on the replica to make it wobble just a little bit, and it comes to its previous form after I release the force. And usually the rifle is forced this direction, not that direction, if you know what I mean. So, big plus. One could ask a question, why did Specna Arms create another series of AR-15s? Well, the answer is simple. Cost effectiveness. If you're a beginner or are not the airsoft player at all, but just think about joining the club and you don't want to spend a lot of money, this is the choice for you. Or if you have your favorite gun, like replica of, I don't know, AK, it's made of steel and it's indestructible, but you think sometimes you would like to join the OPFOR. Well, if you don't want to spend a lot of money, Specna Arms is for you. Specna Arms Flex series. Specna decided to use battle-proven internals and some more polymer external parts in their new replicas, so they are still durable, they are more attractive as for the price, and this polymer, well, it's not cheap plastic, so it feels really almost like metal. It's just not cold like aluminum or steel. But the question from the beginning of this video, can replica be too light? Of course, I could answer at the very beginning, because some people like replicas lighter, some people like them more heavy. I prefer lighter because then when I put more equipment like lasers, like extra grips or optics, it is still light. But what do you prefer? Would you prefer AR-15 to be heavier or lighter? Write down in comments below and leave a like and subscribe, and maybe just decide to hit the bell. See you again in another episode of Gunfire TV, in which I will present to you light or heavy replicas or parts or anything else. Ta-ta!